King, motherfuckers. Al York Sports with another one. The raw truth. Nothing but the raw truth to help you God, motherfuckers. All these motherfuckers on TV doing that hip-hop shit now. Taking out my shit, eating off my plate. Motherfucker, come get a nigga. Don't take a nigga plate. Come get a nigga. Let me set that shit off for y'all. Biting my style and shit. All the motherfuckers, man. Al York Sports, man. Here to bring you nothing but the raw truth to help you God, niggas. Let me lower this real quick, man. Yes, sir, man. Excuse me if I'm a little too crazy with it, man. I'm tired of motherfuckers eating off my plate, man. It's time to be heard, man. Real talk. What up, man? 15 quickest minutes of sports, Al York Sports. You already know. Another week, another show, another keeping it funky with y'all, man. And before I get started, man, you know I got to give my shout-outs. You know how I do. But before I give my shout-outs, let me hit up my dude, Osborne, your Osborne. Keep your word, man. If you keep your word and we do what we said we going to do, it's going to work, man. Salute to you, man. Keep doing what you doing. Let's link up and let's make this shit happen, man. That's real talk. Now, real quick, shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death, Triple H, everything, Syndicate Radio, TV, D, beaming. Need advertisement, hit me up. That's all I got to say, man. Credit fix, never too late to get your credit fix. IG me, inbox me, email me, al.newyork@yahoo.com. Never too late to get your credit fix, man. Now, let's drop right into the NBA, man. I got less than 15 minutes, so I got to move quicker than the word quick, baby. Big news I heard today. I don't know how official this is, but the Golden State Warriors are going after James Harden, a.k.a. the bearded one. So I immediately thought who they going to give up to get him, because you don't really want draft picks if you the Rockets, because you're going to get high draft picks because the Golden State Warriors are going to be a winning organization. And if they add Harden into them, then they really going to be like top one, top two teams, top three teams, which means they're going to get late draft picks. So I'm thinking, what do the Warriors got in their roster that might intrigue the Houston Rockets? And I got a couple names. Kelly Oubre Jr., who never played a game with Golden State. They will have to part with him. They will definitely have to part with Andrew Wiggins. And of course, the second overall, James Wiseman. Now, Golden State has to do everything in their power to keep Wiseman off this trade block, because they need a big man, and he's like the biggest dude they got beside Kevin Looney. But I'd rather swap Looney and maybe a Marquise Chris, a 4-player deal for Harden, and then 2 draft picks on top of that, which ain't going to hurt, because them draft picks, like I said, are going to be high. That's the only way I see Houston making this deal. Houston's got to come off with James Harden. They got to get at least 3 bodies ready to play right now with some draft picks. That's the only way they're going to part with Harden. And if Harden goes to Dub Nation, and if somehow, some way they can keep the big man Wiseman, now you got something. Because you're gonna have Curry, Draymond, and James Harden, and then you got Clay coming back next year. So Houston's gonna want to come up. You're going to have to part with a lot of your ready now players, Golden State, because they're not going to just take draft picks. That is not going to happen. Big potential deal on the line. Let's see if Golden State Warriors can pull that off. Other news real quick. There's a fight this week, Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia. Like I told you on my last show, I'm going to try to get with my man Louis Molina. We're going to go live, and we're going to break down the fight for you guys. But as of right now, you got 26-0. Errol Spence Jr. versus 36-2, Danny Garcia. And the fight wages are -500 for Errol Spence, +400 for Garcia. Total rounds, 10.5. The overs, -310. The unders, 255. So the only real way to make money on this fight, if you can pick the totals and take under and somebody gets knocked out before 10.5 rounds, or if Swift ends up winning this fight, which I don't think either's going to happen, but that's the only real way to make money on this fight. If not, you just got to watch it and be a fan of it. Other news. You can go to NFL news. Totally understand why coach is not benching Carson Wentz, the Eagles, Peterson. everybody wants to bench Wentz. I don't think that's the answer, because when you do the breakdown of the Philadelphia Eagles, their offensive line is horrible. They injured and they horrible. And for some reason, they got receivers that cannot get separation. So all you're going to do if you bring in Jalen Hurts, the rookie, is put him in the same situation Wentz is in. And it's a bad look, because if you sit down Wentz and the young boy does worse, then where you go from there? So if I'm Peterson, I got the solution for you, dog. This is a great solution. They do it in college football all the time. You put them in different possessions. Every time the Eagles get the ball, you start Wentz the first possession. Then when you get the ball again, you pull in Hurts. You just keep alternating possessions, and then you figure out from that. If you do that, let's say for a game or two, you will be able to figure out who's the guy you want to stick with, instead of benching one and putting the other, because if that don't work, that's really going to backfire for the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's my suggestion to Peterson, who's on a hot seat, by the way, and, and deservingly so, because he loves Wentz. He loves the boy. He's not just going to bench the boy for multiple reasons, and especially that he's got this lucrative contract that don't enter 2021, and they got to pay out over 20 M's for him. So if I'm the Eagles, I alternate possessions. Tell Wentz, look, we got to go this route. We got to try something new. Alternate possessions, unless you're going to use Hurts like the Saints are using Taysom Hill, which I don't see happening. I do not see happening. So alternate possession, Peterson. Find out who's your go-to guy, and that'll be your best chance, because your defense is sick. Your defense is right. They played a hell of a game yesterday. They played good enough to win, but your offense couldn't do anything. Let me go to the next news real quick. NFC East, the sorriest division in football. It hurts me to say that, because my Cowboys are from the NFC East. And every year, man, I remember when the Redskins were great, with Mark Rippon and Doug Williams and all these guys that the Redskins had as quarterback, even Kirk Cousins. And then the Giants with the Phil Simms and all of that, Jeff Hostetler, all these quarterbacks the Giants had, all the great years they put out. Dallas Cowboys, you already know my team always had good teams, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And to this to be the worst division in football, I can't believe I'm here to experience that, because I would have never thought in years this would be the worst division. I mean, the NFC was always popping, especially the East. I mean, the East, nobody wanted to play the East. That's how good the East were. And now we're basically the East of the AFC minus New England. That's how we looking like the old Jets, Dolphins, and Bills. And I can't believe we saying that. But if Dak Prescott, I'm going to keep it 100. If Dak Prescott never got hurt, this would be the Cowboys division. But he did. There's nothing to talk about. Now it's a flip-flop. Right now the Giants are on first, but D. Doms is going to miss the next 2 games. You see what I'm saying? McCoy's not going to lead them to 2-0. So I see next week or the week after another team jumping up to that first place spot. I mean, it's a coin flip. First to 6 wins probably wins that division. Other news real quick. Damn, 6 minutes left. We going quick. 49ers will move their product to Phoenix. Santa Clara has dismissed all contact sports until further notice. So the 49ers have decided to take their entire operation to Arizona. So they're going to be playing in the Cardinals ballpark for the next couple games or until further notice. And that kind of fits well with the Niners, because they're going to have to play Arizona there anyway eventually. So they're going to be playing a few games there, which might be advantage for the 49ers. And don't let them get all their parts back. I mean, they upset the Rams last week. Mostert was in there. Sherman was in there. From my understanding, Jimmy G and Kittle coming back in the next 2 games. So don't count out the 49ers. That's all I got to tell you. Do not count them out. Other news, it seems like the Baltimore Ravens are getting every opportunity to get healthy plays for this game against Pittsburgh. I wish they would have treated the Denver Broncos like that. Instead, the Denver Broncos have to go pick up a wide receiver who quarterback in college. I mean, give the guy all the blessing in the world for the heart that he had to go out there. I think his name was Hillman. I mean, the guy didn't know the playbook. The guy was out there against the best defensive team in football in the Saints. See, I got the Saints colors on. And my thing is, you know, how you didn't do that for Denver, what you did for the Ravens, and I put it together. They ain't trying to give Steelers no walkover victories, although RG3 is starting, but the Ravens are going to have a lot of guys back, which gives them the opportunity and the ability to win that game if they show up. But I don't think RG3 is going to lead them. They got to hope that Lamar can get cleared by tomorrow, which is like less than 50-50. So they're going to have to go with RG3, and he's going to have to work some old magic that he worked with Baylor Bears to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me keep it going. Okay, we got 4 minutes. I'm going to go real quick. Kevin Durant suits up for Brooklyn's next opening training camp, says he's feeling good and he's not holding back. KD is back. Great for the NBA, great for the fans, and great for the Brooklyn Nets. KD is back, baby. I love it, baby. Now, last but not least, top 5 quarterbacks in football. You decide who's the best quarterback or the MVP for this year. If the MVP is won by a QB, which I think it will be won by a QB, we're going to start with Patrick Mahomes, who's my leader on the board. 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3,500 yards, 10-1 record, QBR 86.2, which is first. So right now we got to have Mahomes at 1. I picked Russell Wilson at the beginning of the year, and I'm going to stick with my pick, although he's going to have to overcome these numbers by Mahomes, which is going to be close to impossible, but I'm going to stick with my pick. Let me go to Ben Roethlisberger next. 24 touchdowns, 5 picks, 2,500 yards, 10-0. Great job by Big Ben, but he's being outclassed by Mahomes. But Big Ben's having an incredible year, especially at the age he's at right now. Then you got Aaron Rodgers. 33 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,100 yards, 8-3 record, QBR 85.2. He's right on Mahomes' ass. He's got 2 more picks than Mahomes, but he got 3 more touchdowns than Mahomes, and he's trailing Mahomes by like 300 semi-yards. So I think Aaron's got the best chance to overcome Patrick Mahomes out of the whole squad I'm giving you right now. And last but not least, Josh Allen, who's having an incredible year for the Bills, but not good enough for the MVP. 22 touchdowns, 8 picks, 3,000 yards, 8-3 record, QBR 75.5, 6 in the NFL. But the Bills will take that all day. All day, kid coming out of Wyoming doing his thing. But I think Patrick Mahomes might win the second straight. I would love to see my man Russell the Muscle come back. And talking about Russell the Muscle, he's got 31 touchdowns, 10 picks, 3,200 yards, 8-3 record, 75.0 QBR, which is 7th in the NFL. So he's got a lot of work to overcome Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. But I'm not sleeping on my board, Russell the Muscle. So here go your 15 quickest minutes of sports, man. Don't forget to tune in Friday. Friday, open sessions. You know how we doing open sessions? I talk. I bring up subjects. Y'all post your comments. There's no wrong answers. I'm always going to give y'all something to say either yes or no, or, you know, some type of something to keep y'all on par. You know what I mean? Like last week was, is Pittsburgh going to win a game? Yes or no? Or the Jets, Pittsburgh going to lose a game, or are the Jets going to win a game? Let me say that right. Pittsburgh's going to lose a game, yes or no? A lot of y'all said yes. Some of y'all said no. And all the Jets are going to win one game, and the majority of y'all said no. I'm going to say, yeah, I don't think the team's going to go without winning the game. They'll beat somebody. I don't know who. I mean, the books wouldn't be playing plus 375 if they thought they weren't going to win a game. That line alone tells me that they're going to win a game. And here goes your 15 quickest minutes of sports. Al York Sports. Let me put this on real quick, man.
So for all y'all niggas out there,
we're going to bring it right back, baby.
When the music go on, y'all listen to this.
Salute to the grave diggers, baby. Like I said, man, put me on, man. Stop eating off my plate, man. Real talk, man. You don't think my peoples can see what y'all doing on TV? Y'all been and had no hip-hop incorporated. Everybody know what's going on. If you gonna eat off the motherfucking king that started it, put a nigga on. That's all I can say. Stop working behind shit. Stop being on some sneaky shit. Everybody can see what the fuck y'all doing. And with that, hold your head. Al York Sports, the raw truth, nothing but the raw truth to help you God. Love, motherfuckers. Al York Sports.